Dungeons and Dragons. Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Justice Smith, and Sophia Lillis. Lillis? I keep wanting to say Lilith instead of Lillis. It's like Willis, but with an L. Lillis. This is based off of the Dungeons and Dragons franchise.
It's a fun adventure. I didn't love it as much as like the reviews are loving it, and some people are really like loving it. But I did like it. I think that I liked the characters. I liked the performances. I thought it was a pretty fun adventure. It was kind of cool to see. I thought for the most part the effects were actually pretty good.
What was your favorite part of Dungeons and Dragons?
The character dynamic, I always love. It's Guardians of the Galaxy-esque. I mean, other movies have done this, obviously, but a group of, people that you wouldn't probably expect, to work together. I think it's just fun, and I liked all their comedic timing, and some of the comedy didn't land for me, but I thought some actually did really well, and I think, and I like I said, practical effects. There's a few scenes where they used practical effects for some of the creatures and the designs and stuff. So I thought that was really well done.
I agree with you. I love anytime you can have practical effects and actually see the actors on set reacting to something that's physically in front of them as opposed to just green screen and tennis balls.
The way this character talks and acts and his comedic timing, I thought it was like made for Chris Pine almost. I thought he did very well.
I try not to do the thing where you get overly excited about a film based off of word of mouth, but when I saw the trailers for Dungeons and Dragons, I thought, okay, well, it's in April, or it's a late March, early April release. The biggest blockbusters are generally in May, June, July. But when we started getting all this word of mouth, I started to get more excited for it. I was a little bit crestfallen as a result. It was fun, though, and that is one thing for sure that was fun. And my favorite part was the maze scene, the maze scene, the arena scene.
The maze scene was cool. I liked the scene when they had to try to get into the safe. I just had some fun bits. And I'm like you, even though I gave it something high, I expected to like it even more than this. I think it was better than anyone probably expected.
A, do you think there will be sequels? And B, would you like to see a sequel?
I would watch. I'd watch a sequel. I definitely would for the characters. I really liked them, these actors, and they can improve upon what some of us didn't like about this one. And as for do I think? I mean, it beat expectations for the first week, but it's still, I don't want to say relatively low, but for a bigger blockbuster, it's probably considered relatively low.
I didn't like this one as much, I think, as you did. I was hoping for more. Kind of bringing up the streaming series again. Just the way that they were doing fetch quests in the middle part of this film, the first and second. I saw this film as being like a 5-act film, so for me the maze sequence was the 4th act in my mind. That was the best part, but the first, second, and third acts it took so long to get the team together, or the team back together, as they say. I felt like it suffered from some of the same stuff that Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker suffered from, where it's too much fetch quest. It's not as much of a one overarching storyline kind of a thing. Is this a film that you think would have been better off as a streaming series? 4 or 5 episodes in a limited series.
That would actually be cool. I could definitely see a Dungeons and Dragons. That would be cool. I would be down for that. I think I could definitely see that. Being a series like Rings of Power, Game of Thrones, but more the comedy side. I do like the comedy here.
Not everything has to be dark and depressing, and I did really appreciate that with this too. Like I love the what was it, the doorway thing, where it was like very 3-dimensional or 4-dimensional kind of thing, where they had the what I can't even remember what they called it, but where they draw a door and you could go through that doorway and you're like teleporting.
Portal. Yeah, I don't know what it's called either.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was too, but they had a fun name for it. And the way that they sequenced out that in the maze and then after the maze scenes, I love their attention to detail in that part of it, and actually surprising. And you know how much I hate CGI, computer generated images, but the CGI actually was pretty good in this one.
Yeah,
CGI
yeah,
dragons, especially. I have this at 59 out of 100, or just under, like right at 3 stars. It's a little bit lower than what you have. Is there something we're missing about Dungeons and Dragons? I feel like everyone seems to love this film, and I like it. I'm not saying I didn't like it, but it's not one that I generally say, for me, 3 stars is like the minimum of sort of what I would recommend for people to go to theaters. And I think the visual effects are really well done, but this falls just short. That's right at 59, rounding up to 3 stars, but it falls just short for me of recommending people go watch this in theaters.
yeah.
As a watch.
And I saw it in 40x, and I wasn't even that impressed like I usually with the 40x, and I thought this was going to be amazing in 40x.
Yeah, and I saw this in XD, also at Cinemark, and I was same thing. Like I was expecting IMAX level kind of quality graphics and effects, and it just didn't. It looked good, but there was nothing superlative about it that was worth the extra couple of dollars. Were you the same way with the 40x?
Yeah, I would say. It was fun, but it wasn't as amazing, as good as I expected. But yeah, I would say skip it in 40x at least.